So good morning, September the 8th, 2014. This is CISG114, Section 2, Web Technology and Life. Today is the first class in the first week of the semester. So let's get started. Welcome back. Good morning. Welcome back. Good morning. So please take a seat. Yes. It's okay. Welcome. You're welcome. You're very much welcome. You're more than welcome to come into this class and enjoy our class together. Unfortunately, today we do not have any snacks. I used to have snacks with me. Okay, yes, come on in. Okay, this is week number 3. Today is day number 5, September the 7th, not the 8th. I'm sorry, okay. I read it as September the 8th. And day number 6 is September the 12th. Okay, if you look at the two important topics we're going to cover, let us say in Korea, and this week is ethics and social responsibility for today, and the digital divide for Thursday. And we are still practicing, learning how to practice inquiry-based learning. We're going to walk you through some freshness of what is meant by inquiry-based learning again from the student perspective. And if you forget what I tell you, I'm going to move you pair by pair on the left and on the right so that you can start doing the pair-based discussions after my introductions. So if you look at this week's teacher's message, which was released this morning, I basically helped you to review what we went through last week in terms of University of Macau General Education Programs, PINOs, okay, the program intended learning outcomes. And this course, CLO, course learning objectives, as well as this course, SINOs, the course intended learning outcomes. But the important things on reading this message is I've given you the pair list of the pair members, and I've given you the pair discussion forum for the rest of the first learning contract. Good morning. So if you click on this link, you should be able to see the list of student pairs. Okay? The way to look at your student pair when you click on this link, it's very simple. You will be brought to this particular informations, and you can read your name on the left, and you can read your pair identity on the right. Okay? So look up your pair's name by going down the list to look at your name and your pair number, or better say the pair name. And so when you know your pair name, remember, for example, if this is my pair name, I need to go into a particular pair discussion forum with this name. Okay? So that is very important. How do you know? So from the teacher's message, I've given you the very important pair list. I've also invited you to prepare a one-page CV. Normally we call it resume. Okay? Just to serve as your personal profile later on when you do the Mahara account in the Mahara e-portfolio system at the University of Macau. And this serves as some kind of self-introductions later on, perhaps in your group work, and also for the reference of your peer partner. Well, complete portions of POA's WITS online learning journals based on the questions of interest of last week. And when you come down to starting completing your artifacts in the first learning contract, please understand this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 iterative steps or stages of development. you start by reading something, but I expect you to learn how to read carefully to understand the material. This does not mean you need to memorize all you read, okay? We do not encourage memorization. And then we would like to invite you to start doing some thinking critically. What does it mean? Using the format we suggest: observations, interpretations, and applications. And then, actually, this is an extension of the OI8 process. You must reason analytically to apply. Always ask the questions of yourself. What can I learn from what I discover? Or in what particular context can I use the information I discover for the betterment of my learning? When you have already done this, number 1, 2, 3, your journal is almost ready, and you can share that meaningfully with your learning partner. And the way to share it is to move the material from your notebook, your electronic journal notebook, to the peer-based discussion forum, which I have already set up for you, starting from this week. Well, the way you share that with your learning partner is normally you pose a question, which is the question you choose, okay? And you post the information item underneath that question, which you choose from each week's reading list. And then you post the observations, you post your interpretations, and you post your applications. Normally, my experience tells me students who post very small amount of information in terms of application, because they do not know quite concisely and clearly what they really can make the best use of at the very beginning. But they may pose positions, okay? It's not a statement of positions on something. And in the process of discussing with your learning partner, you will discover more crystallized ideas, and eventually the two of you will write a report concisely to express your discovery. And you also need to write a personal blog, a reflective blog, to express it carefully. So the process is a 5-step or 5-stage process. It takes time to do it. You cannot do it within one evening, given the fact that tomorrow you're going to submit something for your learning contract, and you need to do it using 1 week's time. You might spend 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day putting things together. That's why you need to go back to the time management suggestions that I gave you at the very beginning of the semester. And then you also have this week before class, during class, after class, and end up with activity. These are suggestions, okay? But these suggestions are built on very concrete steps of development that you must complete when you submit your first learning contracts artifact. So it's highly recommended you go through them before you come to class, okay? After you have finished your class, or during your class, but before the end of the week, you must have finished reading them, all right? And do something about this. So this is the basis, all right? This is the basis. Let's see, right? So let's come back to week number 2, when we talk something about inquiry-based learning. All right. It's very important that, we are exercising your learning through inquiry-based learning in the first learning contract. Now, if you remember, in our last class, we specifically let you watch a very short video in which students express their ideas on inquiry-based learning. That is the first video here, the big ideas. And today, I would like to give you a little bit more on both the students' will and the institution's will on inquiry-based learning, using a specific case study, a story told of the Appalachian State University in the United States. So let's go through this. And by the way, this is an excellent article for you to read, okay? Now, after inviting you to watch this, I would like you to sit together as a pair on both the left and right and spend time getting ready for your peer-based conversations, okay? I expect that I can see peer-based conversations. And in this class, if I remember correctly, only fewer than 4 persons who were left unpaired, all right? So let's go for it now. Saving some time to watch this first before I move you.
Inquiry-based learning. Inquiry-based learning.
Is that bad? I don't know that.
Pay attention to the questions they pose.
One step at a time, don't be living in the light. I don't need a friend, I got more than on my mind. Sunshine in my brain, making never complain. Radio in my heart, don't be being so strange. Think I'm losing it, everywhere and there. Everybody says that you're moving again. I want to cry.
Inquiry means to ask within. So what you're trying to do as a teacher is you've got to ask them to look inside themselves for the question, the desire to know something. You start with the desire to know.
Inquiry-based learning is about training students to act just like scholars. We, scholars, frame questions and we answer them. That's just what we're training students to do when they're in an inquiry-based learning environment. In an inquiry-based learning environment, they're acting just like scholars.
It wasn't simply a lecture. They were having to be active in coming up with their own ideas and interpretations. Even if they were wrong, you know, they had to be active in thinking about it rather than just be passive receptors of information.
There's a common misperception about inquiry-based learning, and that somehow inquiry-based learning doesn't involve lecturing. It does. In an inquiry-based learning environment, professors provide content. What's different is that students do something with the content that is very immediate to them. They'll go and apply those concepts and that content to questions that they've designed.
And that's the goal, to liberate the student into being the primary question asker and learner. The idea is to turn students into question askers again.
A lot of times we undermine what children know or what students like us know by not asking them questions, by not asking them to go out in the community, do research. We almost cripple them. It's more engaging than regular textbook learning. When you actually care about what you're learning, then you remember it in the long term.
Instead, inquiry-based learning enables students to be part of knowledge.
If they don't get a chance to practice asking questions, then how are they ever going to get free? They're going to think they need a classroom or a teacher or a structure their whole lives.
It's important that they understand the knowledge that's in that textbook, but I think it's also important that Appalachian students have an understanding as to how does new knowledge and how are new discoveries made? How did that knowledge get into the textbook to begin with? Maybe even it spurs them on to think about, you know what, maybe I can discover something, or maybe I could do a study or create this piece of work that nobody else has done yet. Don't ask a question you know the answer to. Ask genuine questions and try to pursue an investigation of them with students.
If you want to get teachers to want to do this, they themselves have to be willing to do inquiry. They have to be the inquiry experts. They have to just wonder about everything.
It's much safer for the teacher just to get up in front like an expert, spout a lot of facts and impress people with how smart they are. It's much harder to reveal your own ignorance in front of a group of people when you're supposed to be the expert.
Then I have to model ignorance and confusion. I can't just model knowing. I have to model exploring.
Imagine accurately what students are interested in so you can make suggestions, so you can kind of get them to think in a curious way. And yet still fulfill the requirements of the class.
It's just much more straightforward for all of us if I just tell you. And if that's all I do, it's deadly.
And I may do quite a bit of talking in any one class. In another class, they may be working on their own in small groups.
You gotta have the common universe that everybody's working in, so everybody's taking the same class. But then students have to somehow individualize it or instantiate it in reasonably unique ways.
You definitely leave frustrated because the more you know, the more confused you are.
Like, accept that I'm learning in a different way now.
Students also resist. A lot of students do want to be told. They like to come in and say they're visual learners. I now know what this means. It means put a PowerPoint on the slide and let me copy stuff down.
Students usually come into my class at first, on the first day, thinking that knowledge is all about me, the professor, pouring some knowledge into their heads. And later they, the students, will take an exam and prove to me that they've memorized it.
It's really easy for me to hear something, see an example, and retain that, and then be tested over it.
Here's some traps for students that kind of trap students, so y'all get wary. You're always looking for the teacher trap. People won't engage.
In an inquiry-based learning environment, the setup is completely different. It's about the students acting like scholars. It's about students creating knowledge. It's about empowering students so that they believe, no, not that they believe, that they understand that they can do what scholars do. They don't just have to absorb the opinions of other people.
It's just a lot more open-ended. It's just more fun in general, actually.
I really liked the fact that it was more of a conversation instead of being talked at.
It's frustrating at times when you have other teachers that are still trying to do the, I guess, old school sense of education where they're trying to just be like, A, B, and C are on the test, and this is what you need to know, and then you understand the subject. And I've found myself more questioning.
There'll be benefits. If you do it, at the end of the semester, you'll discover you have capacity that you didn't know you had.
I would definitely say I've learned more in this class with inquiry-based learning because I'm forced to hold my knowledge like as my own and use it every day as opposed to just like the hour that I'm in my class. And I take it everywhere with me.
You need a well-rounded education to be, to integrate into society, but at the same time, you can't just memorize what the teacher tells you and be done with it, because then you'll never integrate into society.
All of our knowledge is grounded in a desire, a deep desire to be in community with other people. That why do we develop knowledge anyway? I mean, like, I'm just talking about like over 10,000 years or something. Like, why does anybody care about anything? We care about it because we want to be in the world successfully with the people we love.
It applies to so much of my life. It's not just about academia, it's life.
John Dewey's one particular famous saying of John Dewey is, if we teach today's children with the method of yesterday, we're going to rob them of the future. You see what he means by it. So we need to change. Can I invite you to make the best use of time? Sit together with your learning partner, both on the left and on the right. Okay, if you have the learning partner, just have private conversations. We want to get you ready for private conversation with your learning partner. And then we're going to walk through a number of issues today. Okay, now, could I invite you to do something like this? Move either on your left or to your right. Alright, we're at the time I'm preparing the next episodes. Alright, are you ready for the first episode? Now, web technology and light. Let's go to take a good review on week number 2 by going through this very concise but useful presentations. Enjoy this episode. Okay, here we go. We spent 8 minutes and 30 seconds refreshing some memory about the impact of web technologies in our living. I want you to spend not more than 2 minutes, okay, putting down some immediate thinkings on being impacted by this much information. 2 minutes, not more than, okay? And the best way to use this 2 minutes is in 1 minute to write down your immediate impressions. The second minute you share that with your learning partner. So that means in your pair of 2 persons, the first minute each person's jot down your immediate impressions. The second minute use 30 seconds to tell your learning partner what your immediate impression is, and listen to your learning partner with the remaining 30 seconds what she or he thinks about this. Okay? Get ready. Today the topic is ethics in the intellect age and social responsibility. Now, I try to make sure we can have enough time to do some of this, all right? Two minutes is great. I think the best use of the first minute and then the second minute in listening. You're free to talk. Yeah, free to talk. I'm going to do attendance coin using this 2 minutes. Sure. Beatrice, thank you. Ben, thank you. Ken, thank you. Tim, thank you. And then Kiyutash, thank you. Cindy, are you here? Not here yet, okay. Patty, thank you. Ni Ray, thank you. Emily, thank you. Shen Xiao Hao, thank you. And then Selena, yes, thank you. Stanley, thank you. And Margaret, thank you. Yu Ying, are you here? Not here yet, okay. And then Chuck Ting, thank you. Wilson, thank you. Sue, thank you. Kevin, thank you very much. CC, thank you. Mavis, thank you. I see that. Vicky, thank you. Kathy, thank you. And then Cindy, okay, thank you. Junior, thank you. Jack, thank you. And then Ho Yin, thank you. Gatong, thank you. And then Anderson, thank you. Thank you very much. Karim, not here? Okay. Ivy, thank you very much. We done it. Are you Karim?
Ken.
Ken.
You haven't detected
Okay, let me make sure that I got you down here. Today is Monday, this one, right? Okay, let's see. Tell me which one is yours. Number 3. Oh, this one, right?
Yes.
Ken. Thank you very much, Ken. Actually, I called, but I forgot. It's a big student, works. Right? So what do you think? Now, I hope you have already got very good sharing with your learning partner about your immediate reactions. Let's move on to something that is very critical for today. Let me see if I can characterize this. What is ethics? Well, it's not the law. It's not regulation. There is not a clear line of right or wrong, but we do talk about the right from the wrong in the context of ethics. So let us try to see in the internet age what is meant by computer ethics. Now get ready to join down something of your own and discuss with your learning partner. Alright, so it's very important you engage your learning partner to talk things about this. Okay? We talked about privacy.
private life online.
Are you going to upload that photo to the internet?
Sure.
You don't mind people seeing you like that?
Do you think I'm stupid? My pictures can only be seen by my friends on Fiesti.
How many friends do you have on Fiesti?
175.
Are there other people in the photo okay with the picture being uploaded?
Well, if just my buddies can see it, there's no problem. Besides, it was a party. If they let somebody take their picture, it can't be that big a deal. If you get your picture taken, it's to show it off, right?
Okay, but how well do you really know all of your online friends? How do you know you can trust them?
Well, I don't know all of them. Some are good friends, others are acquaintances. But I decide who makes the list.
Right, but any of those 175 people can copy your picture with a single keystroke and then do whatever they want to do with it.
Well, yeah. I guess so. But what would they do that for?
And if those friends share your picture with other people?
Nah, they wouldn't do that.
Have you asked them not to? Do they know that you don't want other people to see that picture? They might think it's just a perfectly normal picture and that you don't care who sees it.
Well, since you put it like that. But look, you're driving me crazy. You're paranoid. I already configured my privacy settings, and that's enough. What more do you want?
And if someone sneaks into your private zone?
Impossible. They need to steal my password. And I haven't given it to anybody, and I made it difficult to guess, just in case.
Besides, I update my antivirus software all the time to make sure Trojans that can steal them won't get through. You're telling you're a pro.
And the other 175, are they also pros? They also do all those steps to make sure their information is secure.
No, but...
Your private space that no one can get into doesn't really sound that secure, does it?
In social networks, your online privacy can be affected by others. The privacy of others also depends on you.
Okay, now let's try this in a minute. I'm going to give you 3 minutes now. 3 minutes in your peer-based discussions, okay? Now I'm going to suggest that in the first minute, you put down some of your immediate thinking about this privacy video in the context of computer ethics. That means, what should I be doing to protect myself and my friends' privacy? Or what should I not be doing in order to trade off my privacy or my friend's privacy? Right and wrong, okay? Proper things to do, improper things to avoid, all right? Now, you can put down some of your thinking here in the first minute, and in the second minute, you tell your friend, your learning partner, what you think. In the third minute, you listen to your learning partner about what he or she thinks in 3 minutes time. Only do not use more than 3 minutes, okay? And after this 3 minutes, I'm going to invite you to do something else. Okay, could you please try to do that first? Use some 1 minute time to put down your format. All right? The first minute, put down your immediate thought about this. The second minute, tell your learning partner what you think. The third minute, listen to your learning partners so that you understand what is meant by exchange. Now you need to come up with your personal stories about things like this in a minute, all right? Make sure you gather some data first. Your personal data, or better say your personal viewpoint, and then your partner's viewpoint. Very good. I'm going to time it. Yes, feel free to talk. Feel free. Yeah. I hate to interrupt you, but I want to advise you it's very important at the end of your 3 minutes. Now the two of you in your pair need to put down on one piece of paper at least 2 key perspectives, one from you and one from your learning partner. So take a piece of paper, 2 key perspectives on this topic, okay? One from you and one from your learning partner. Very simple. It does not have to be long sentence, all right? 2 key perspectives. One from you, one from the learning partner. So here we go. I assumed most of the pairs already got 2 perspectives written down on your piece of paper. I'm going to push on you a little bit more information in a very fast but rich manner, okay? you were given a little bit more information on the 10 commandments on computer ethics. Now, I think you should be ready to do the exercise in class now. Classroom participation is number 1 for all of you. I want each pair on this side to come over to this side and pick one pair and form a temporary team today. And I want some pair from this side to come here to pick your pairs on this side to form a temporary team of 2 pairs. You have less than 2 minutes time to form your team. And once your team has been formed, I would like to invite you to do something very specific. So 2 minutes, please mix up together. Find another pair to form your team, all right? Looks like the middle one is already formed. You're already one team, 2 pairs already, right? So, all right, go. Form one team, all right? Left to right, right to left. Just get settle up into one team with 2 pairs. And please pick up our gentleman in yellow there, if you could, because his partner is not here today. Go. Pick your pair. Okay, just collapse together and grab one corner. Okay? Okay? Grab one corner so that you can sit comfortably. Come on! Get some pairs, okay? Mix them up together. Hey, come on! 2 minutes, you have less than 2 minutes time to do that. Alright? Form your team for discussions purposes. Alright? Please go ahead to do that. If you want to be seated comfortably, you can go to the back corner, or if you want to sit on the floor, you're free to do that. Please make sure you have 2 pairs formed, okay? Okay. Please be seated. Alright? Once you just grab one pair to merge with your pair. Alright? So this is supposed to be one team here. Okay? You want to sit in front as one circle. Yes, as one circle here. I want you to be, yeah, please come up. One circle. Don't be shy. Just join any one of this team, okay? With your friends there. Okay? Sit on the floor. It's one circle. Then just. Alright. Please have circle, so that you can talk, face to each one another. The best thing to happen in a teamwork. We still have a lot of space here. I tell you what, we sit on the floor a lot. Okay? Alright? That's why I don't like this room, because it's not good for discussions. It's just for cinema like. Alright? So please help yourself. Now let's get started. Yes, you can sit on the floor. It's okay. Right here. Let's get started. Now each pair in each team must have a small piece of paper. And that piece of paper includes 2 perspectives. So now, in your team, you should produce 2 pieces of paper, and in each piece of paper you have 2 perspectives, right? So help yourself. If you want to sit here, and the other guys, I want to put some chair for you, actually. Alright? So would you please exchange the views between the 2 pairs? Tell your friendly pair, go to the other corner, please, go to the other corner. I do not want you to pull down my camera. Alright? And then you have not more than 5 minutes time to exchange your different perspective from one pair to the other. Okay? Now, at the end of the 5 minutes, I'm going to give you time to share your team's perspective. The sharing is based on something very simple. What is your team's positions on computer ethics? Okay? What is your team's positions on computer ethics? What does it mean? Think a little bit more about it. It's your interpretation. The second thing is, what can you do to protect you and your friends' privacy online? Okay? If you want to sit, to be seated. But you know, we go to camp often, and we just sit there like that, like this. So this is one way to have a small circle to talk. In the old campus, we have a circular table. That is an excellent room. But in this, we have a comfortable cinema setting. So, I'm sorry, the ladies are very cooperative. Please be seated. Please be seated. You do not want to sit. You want to yeah. Grab a chair of your comfort. The awkward thing happens is when I see people are getting used to it. Okay, if you want to be seated, it's okay. I just want to make sure you feel comfortable facing one another. All right. So you have not more than 5 minutes to create your team's positions on computer ethics. Now you can tell us what you mean by computer ethics, but you must be specific in the second round of your discussions, sharing, that is what you can do or not do to protect yourself and your friends' privacy online. Okay? You're young, man. Sit down. It's okay. You're young. For the lady, well, you're squatting. Oh, come on. This is the Japanese way. This is the Chinese way. That's right. Come on. You're very polite. 2 ladies and 2 gentlemen. Oh. Okay, anyway, let's have some chemistry going on. 4 ladies here. Excellent. Yeah. Well, we could. Come up with your team's positions, okay? 5 minutes time. Yes, talk. I want some noise. Noises are good. There are many things we can talk about in terms of computer ethics. You have 3 minutes left in your 5 minutes discussions. You need to come up with some common positions which could be written down as your team's positions on computer ethics. And of course, you want to tell us something about what your team's understanding of computer ethics is. All right? Yes, this microphone works. Works. In a minute, we're going to start from the middle. So your machine is the first, your team is the second. Oh, that means you have something that could be considered as an income. Okay? You have some idea that could be one another's ideas. Okay? Okay? That's wonderful. It's wonderful. You're willing to try. Very good. It's very Thank you. 1 minute. I do not mean to push you for doing something with a small amount of time, but I hope that we could develop among ourselves the ability to make the best use of time to do something, all right? Sue. Okay, now it's 12:30. Let me pass the microphone to the first team in the middle. Sue, are you willing to share for your team or anyone in your team? Yes. Your team's positions on computer ethics and what you do. Yourself and your friends for security. What you can do to destroy your security.
Our groups celebrities on WeChat does not hold your accurate locations at that time.
So which software do you mean are you using the internet, right? The browser. Okay. We do not disclose our location. Could you give an example of the software you have in mind?
WeChat.
WeChat. Okay, that's wonderful. That's much more specific. And then not yet finished.
Delay the chatting records timing.
Okay, delete the chatting record timing. Okay.
Lock your key documents in your cell phones.
Okay, lock the key documents in the cell. That means even though it's someone else's hand, because it's locked, they could not read it. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you.
Do not use the information just you did not pay the money to them, and then just
copy is not right.
Okay, that means using private software.
Yeah, like the iPads and photos, or even more, the people,
Yes.
the
That means make sure we do not believe that cheap is good, or even no expense is good. Sometimes it's a trick.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe sometimes the people really have to write down PowerPoint,
Okay.
or information is really professional, but you
Yes.
not really paid too much on it, so it should not be copied.
Okay. Okay. We need to protect ourselves by not using computers. Yes.
Within the access of in the internet is important, and so you should not change these others file or go into others email or file to store them. It doesn't yours, and it will
I see. I read your mind. Yes.
yes.
Don't do anything improper.
Yes, and don't spread some false information in the internet, and it may hurt ourselves, or it may destroy our society.
Don't spread the rumors.
Yes, yes.
That's important.
Or say some for, or say something hurt others. Example, they will feel heartbreak or something else.
Yes, one of the very deplorable situations in the internet today is we have the problem of cyber stalking or cyber bullying. That hurts a lot of the young. Okay.
What I think is, I think we should not just learn about the. It doesn't mean that it's totally safe. Even we set our privacy setting on social networks such as Facebook, is because the other person, some strangers can also get access to your information. So the other point is, I think we should not download the music or video that we didn't really pay any money for it, and it's also the software is the same because it's unauthorized. That's my opinion.
My opinion is don't upload everything on the internet. You can use USB to share something you want to share to a friend or someone, and don't upload everything.
Yes, yes. So using USB is safer than the cloud. You mean?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What do you think?
And for me, I think nowadays people lack of crime prevention awareness.
Okay, awareness is a good term. Yes.
So I think they too rely on the convenience of social network. So my suggestion is not to rely on this.
Okay, let's say we do not rely on social network, but can we live without it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's wonderful. Anything more to share?
I'd like to about the software and music downloading. Honestly, personally, I don't think that that's really a problem because not everyone can actually afford all those Microsoft Office and everything like that. So I don't think people should be limited with what they can have in their computer based on their paychecks and their balance in their accounts. And as long as it's not making and doing any harm to others, I think it's actually okay. But about the internet, and how people like to share their personal information and get attention. That is the main problem here. It's because they always try to attract attentions by uploading things that are actually personal, thinking that it's private and it's safe. That is the main problem here. It's because of that, and they tend to cyberbully, as you mentioned. So.
Right. If you have actually watched the documentary #1 for Growing Up One Night, they describe a girl, a teenage girl, in second and high school in the United States. See, it's a person growing up without much self-confidence, but one day to discover that her social networking site has more and more likes because she happens to pose herself as a model. And then she extends that modeling experience by putting in the different shapes of herself. And eventually, it was caught by the principal of her school. And the principal informed the parents saying she must stop doing that. Because from their point of view, she's posting herself obscene picture of herself. But for her, she's doing it for the sake of enjoying the company of very virtual minds in the community, appreciate that she's doing a good job. But she's walking a thin blue line. And then she also received somewhat by the cyberbullies in a sense. So in order to keep that balance, sometimes it's very hard. How do we protect ourselves? Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, could I pass it to the boys there first? The old man boys team. What do you think? Thank you very much. We need to have dinner together sometime.
We should not upload absolutely private information to the internet. And second, more significantly, we should reduce the use of US social network. We should use local substitutes such as Baidu, Weibo, Youku, Tudou, instead of using Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. We should set complicated passwords of our accounts of the social network, including different kinds of elements, such as underlines, numbers, capital letters, and lowercase letters.
Okay. Very detailed.
That's all.
Okay. Anything to add from your members?
Think twice before you upload anything.
Okay.
Otherwise you will regret.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Can you pass the microphone to this team? You want to share with us something? Thank you.
When we want to upload the pictures, we should ask other people in the picture first.
Okay.
And maybe we should download the software carefully, as maybe it will have some virus in it.
Okay.
Oh. Don't use other people's email or account information.
Right. That's very important. Yes, carry on if you have something to share.
Don't add the friends that you don't know.
Okay.
Don't remember the password in your computer.
Oh yes, yes. I need to do it too.
That's all, thank you.
All right. Could you pass the microphone forward to the ladies there? Yes? Yes, to the gentleman there. Yes. What
In our opinion, we think that we ought to download something without the copyright.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
In order to protect ourselves.
Not being caught by the customer.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think?
I think our web security technology is very simple and very high-end. So how to protect ourselves, I think we try not to upload or share our information secret on internet. Not only US company, we save our information in our mainnet company. US hack also can hack our information from this company. So I think because information improves very quickly, but safety is not at the same level. So how to save our information? Just increase upload level.
Thank you very much. I need to give the lady a chance.
And I think online privacy is very important nowadays, and you need to protect your personal profile, such as photos, and never use same password or more than one website.
I think that's very sensitive.
And if you set private, it will prevent some strangers use your personal profiles for using illegal.
I think other than this thing, what to do, what not to do, the most important thing is set regulation for ourselves. What is right, what is wrong, is called ethics.
Okay, I think that's very good. Discipline, right? We need to have discipline. Okay, it's your turn. CC.
Well, I think that we should have a standard in mind that what kinds of information can be posted on the internet. And we also should be responsible to what we post on the internet, because we should make sure the authenticity of the information. And what's more, once we post provide picture, we are supposed to be ready that our friends will share it with others. So once we think about that, we will choose the photos more carefully.
Okay. The signs of photo sharing is also.
In my opinion, I think we should not use the easy password and change the password monthly, and don't put the private information on internet, such as telephone number and your
birthday.
No. Your address.
Yes, the answer is very important.
Yes.
I think we usually make the fundamental error of downloading some programs or applications that you have never used. To me, I also download some programs that I never used just from the suggestion online. And I think there are some programs that are designed to invade others' privacies. So I will be careful next time after watching that video. And I think we should limit our friends in our Facebook or another social network, because I think if the friends are not really close to us, we should not let them know too much about our daily life. But I think social network is important because we should connect to our friends and to let the people in other country as your friends know what is happening with you these days. But just we as long as we can provide it and protect it well, and it's okay to post your things online.
Thank you very much. Remember, you want to say something?
Yeah, maybe you don't illegally download some files, you haven't paid or you haven't asked, and you should respect the reader.
Okay, ladies, your turn.
Maybe we should select our friends online very carefully. We should
respect each other's privacy so that throughout the whole internet, everyone can have their privacy.
You should be a conscious and responsible person, and don't try to use others' computer or cell phone. Yes, you need to respect others and also respect yourself. You need to have a difficult password so they can, maybe they are harder to attack.
I think there are so many people who send you a friend request, and then you don't want. Some people will want just like Instagram. Some people will want to maximum their followers, so they just accept all the friend requests from any people. Just some of them maybe they didn't know them, but they just accept them. So we think that we should just select the friends that you really know in reality. Besides, we also think that it is really important to upload photos or upload status that don't really mean so privacy in use for you. So
thank you. So now something important.
So we think online privacy is something really displayed on the internet by everyone. Yeah, every people. So internet ethics is something quite a complex idea, but that's the key we should remember is we should be responsible and we should not harm everyone's benefits and their reputation. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now, before you go, I know I'm holding you longer than expected. I just want to let you know that starting from Thursday, you're more than welcome to sign up here on week number 2's the public discussion forum. Here I have a call for participations here. So what you need to do if you want to have your term to share in class is to do a reply. And again, do reply here and say I want to share. Then I will reserve 2 minutes for you to share whatever you learned in this class in the past 2 weeks or this week. And that will be counted as one incidence of a classroom participation. And don't miss such a chance, because throughout the semester, if you have done 10 times of sharing like this, at the end of the semester, you will have 2 points per incident of classroom participation, and you will all together 20 points of 100 final score. So that is the easiest way to earn your 20% and to enhance your classroom experience. Just press reply. Now, normally, I cannot have more than 5 students sharing per class. You can see in 2 minutes each, I will have to have 12 minutes here, and I could go only up to 15 minutes per class. So I think you make the best use of it. You can do it alone, you can do it with your peer member, but ensure that both of you will have at least 2 minutes talking. And you can do it later on with your team. Okay, 4 persons. That means I'll give you 8 minutes to 10 minutes time for the whole team. So make the best use of your classroom participations opportunity to share with the whole class. Now, in order to be qualified to share, you need to respond to this call for participation. And you need to prepare a PowerPoint slide from 1 to 3 slides, not more than 3 individually. If you do it as a pair, not more than 4, okay? And later on, if you do it as a team, not more than 5, all right? So you have a maximum of 3 PowerPoint slides to do it. And the way to upload your PowerPoint slide, again, when you respond this, you can include your PowerPoint file here. And that's the most convenient. And then when you come up here, you can use my computer, switch on the PowerPoint file, and you can start sharing. Okay? So make the best use of this opportunity to earn your score and engage in the questions of interest. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for coming, and I'm going to see you on Thursday. All right, bye-bye. All right. So that's it for today. CISG 114 Section 2, Web Technology and Light. Today, September 8, 2014.